Hello, student. Welcome to your English class. I am Mrs. Jenny Shah, your English teacher. Last week, students, in our Zoom class, we learned the poem Kite, the same poem that you all have done a recitation for and submitted to me just yesterday. Today, students, we are going to do the question and answers of that poem. Please sit with your textbooks, Honeysuckle, and open your books to page number 27. Students, in your notebooks, I want you to write today's date and the name of the chapter. And these students are some difficult words from the poem with their meanings. There are 12 words: sail, tides of wind, rides, crest, gust, falls, slack, wind, falls, string, snaps, and ragdoll. Children, that is not wind, it's wind. The pronunciation is wind. Okay, so ragdoll. So I want you to write down these words with their meanings in your notebooks. So students, you can pause or take a screenshot because I'm going to go ahead and do the question and answers. Students, on page 28, your first question is list out all the action words in the poem. Action words are the verbs. If you remember, we've just finished verbs. So, in the poem, you're going to read the poem with a new objective now. You're going to read the poem to find the names, to find the action verbs. There are three verbs that have already been done for you, like dive, dip, snaps. Now, let's find some new ones. I'm going to wait for 5 minutes till you underline all the action words in the poem. And once I give out the list to you, you can write them down at the back on page 28 in your textbooks. So, one is you're going to write the word meanings in your notebooks and you're going to solve these questions at the back of the textbook. Okay. So, students, in the poem, you will hear the three words have been done for you: dive, dip, snaps. Next is soars. Soars means to fly aloft. Afloat. It's not aloft, it's afloat. To fly afloat. Rides. Rides means to sit and travel on the back of an animal. Flaps. To toss sharply. Pulls. To exert force upon or to cause or tend to cause motion towards the force. So, students, you had to find the action words and their meanings. I have done it for you. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to write down the meanings of these in your textbooks on page 28 below. Okay? Dive, dip, snaps, soars, rides, flaps, pulls. You will write those words in this fill in the blanks given on the top. And again, the word with their meaning in the place at the bottom after question number 3. All right, students? Okay. I'm going to move ahead again. So you all will have to pause the video or take a screenshot and move ahead. All right. Next question is read these lines from the poem. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. So over here, the movement of the tailless kite is compared to a ship with a sail. And this, children, comparison is called a simile. So students, simile is figurative language. Simile is a figure of speech in that involves comparison. In a simile, you compare one thing with another. This helps to make your description more vivid. So students, in this poem, there are so many similes. soars like a ship. Normally, a simile will always have the word like in it. So, students, there are a few sentences given to us incomplete. We need to complete them. He runs like a, complete that sentence with whatever comes to your mind. We will check my answers later. He runs like a, he eats like a, she sings like a, it shines like a, it flies like a. So, students, simile means you compare it. So, I have written deer. He runs like a deer. You can even write horse. He runs like a horse. Or he runs like a leopard. Okay? He runs like a cheetah is also correct. He eats like a horse. Or he eats like a boar. Or he eats like a pig. Or he eats like a dinosaur. You can put any word over there with whom you want to compare the action word eat. She sings like a nightingale, or she sings like Lata Mangeshkar, or she sings like Miley Cyrus, or she sings like Justin Bieber. Again, over here you need to compare the singing to something. It's not always a animal or a bird, it can be anything. It shines like a glowworm, it shines like a diamond, it shines like the sun. It's correct. It flies like a kite. It flies like a plane. It flies like a balloon. Okay? So, students, all of them are correct. Now,
Hello, students. So now we have come to the end of this poem. What I want you to do is, students, I had forgotten to mention it when we did the house, the home. So don't do it for the house, the home. But from now onwards, whenever we do a poem, you have to write the poem in your notebooks. So students, you will write this poem in your notebooks and you shall decorate the page with the appropriate pictures around it. Okay? So with this, students, I have come to the end of the chapter. Stay home, stay safe, take care, keep learning. Thank you.